all hear the story. This was in 2002. 12 years after I started doing stand-up comedy. I was going to my friend's house. I walked to my friend's house. I closed the door, came out of the car. Then there was a man who stopped me. This was in Ampang. The man said, "Hey, Harith, how are you?" I said, "Fine." Now, when people stop me, sometimes I know them, sometimes I don't know them. So I just say, "Hi, how are you? How are you?" The man came over, and you know what he said to me? "Harith, you are very good. You're very good. Your comedy very, very nice." I said, "Thank you." He said, "What you do is very important. You keep it up." I said, "Thank you." He said, "Your comedy is very funny. When me and my friends, lunchtime, we get together, we repeat your joke." I said, "Thank you." This man started praising me for 7 minutes, telling me how good I was, telling me how important I was. And to be honest, I felt very uncomfortable because I was like Japanese tourist. "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." After a while, I got a bit tired. To stop him, you know what I did? I stopped him, I said, "Sir, thank you, thank you. Sir, thank you. I didn't ask your name. What's your name? And what do you do?" You know what this man said? "I'm a surgeon, a pediatric surgeon in Glen Eagles Hospital." A pediatric surgeon is a surgeon who looks after children. And he started telling me the story. You know what, now got a lot of dengue. This is a few days ago, one child arrived on my operation table. I could not save the child. But then the next day, another child came. And he started telling me all these stories about the children he saved and the children he couldn't save. And as he's telling me these stories, I'm thinking to myself, why he spent 7 minutes praising me? I should be spending 30 minutes praising him. He saves lives of children, and yet he thought I was important. Then I realized, if you know doctors, they have to be very steady, very stoic. If someone dies, they talk to the parents, they cannot cry, they cannot be emotional, they must say, "Sorry for your loss, here were the complications, this happened." If someone lives and they save their life, they have to be stoic, they cannot jump up and down. They have to say, "We're very glad we were able to help your child, here are the situations, blah, blah, blah." Then I realized, doctor like that, they terpendam, they hold down all the emotions. That's why he thought what I did was important, because he used my comedy to release all the emotions that he held down. And I said to myself, if I stop comedy today, and this is the only one person I help, my job is done. That was the day I valued myself. And that was the day I bought a Mercedes. Not true. Now, some of you are saying, "Yala, you're a stand-up comedian, you do that." May I suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know the value you bring to someone. Not everyone comes up to you after having purchased a policy, after that policy has helped them. Not everyone comes up to you and says, "Thank you very much." Not everyone comes up to you to say, "Thank you for just introducing me to this." In fact, I would suggest to you that the people that you didn't even sell the policy to, who may have purchased from someone else and had that purchase be of value to them, you may have been a part of that journey for them to find something valuable to them. Now, here's the thing. Opening the door for someone going in, you don't know how that person is feeling as they walk to the door. You don't know how when you open the door, they might have said, "Wow, so nice, this stranger opened the door for me." Every moment in your life is a moment that you can create value for others, for you to make a difference to others. So I would suggest to you, in fact, that you all here in this room have one of the most important jobs in the world, because your job is to create value for others and to help them have something that they can use in their life to help them in a time of need. This is not just about selling. Thank you. No, but seriously, this is why I say to you, creating value is so important. And I would suggest to you, for you to become a better person, for you to practice creating value, is to start right now. Create value. How many of you have said hello to one of the workers here at the Genting? People here at the Genting, they see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people walk by. What difference would you make if you actually walked up to them and said, "Hi, Abang, Kakak, how are you? Where are you from?" Let me tell you a story. This just happened 2 days ago. I was in a restaurant Mama restaurant. We know the Mama restaurants now, all run by, or people working there, by foreigners. I go to the Mama restaurant for the last 3 years. I never spoke to the staff in depth. 2 days ago, one of the staff was standing there. I had a bit of time. He had a bit of time. I called him over. I asked him his name. His name was Muhammad. He came from Bangladesh. He'd been here for 8 years. And he started telling me the story. I asked him more questions. He started telling me the story of how he saves money. But it's so difficult to save money and send that because they get ticket here a lot by the agents. And after 20 minutes just chatting with him, you know what this man said to me? He said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you." And I said, why thanking me? I'm just asking him questions, talking. He said, "Very rarely people ask me about me." And he said, "That is why I have a lot of bad experience with Malaysians. I have a lot of good experience with Malaysians. But you, sir, are one of the good experience, and I thank you." He said that to me. Now here's the thing. Did I change his life? Maybe not. Did I help him? Did I give him money? Maybe not. But at least he walks away knowing that some value has been created by some person who is just sitting there who usually ignores you. Now, imagine the people in front of you that you're speaking to. Oh, speaking of value, let me tell you a true story. Let me tell you a true story. I do corporate jobs, okay? I do corporate jobs, corporate shows everywhere. There was one corporate show that I got from a client. And when I gave them my quote, strangely, the client offered to pay back double what I quoted. At first, I don't complain lah. I don't ask, "Hey, why you stupid, I pay double." I just quote this was a month. And it was only after I did the show, the client who agreed to pay double came to me, introduced himself. "Hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm the client." I said, "Okay." Then I said, "Thank you so much. You've definitely paid me more than what I asked for." You know what he said to me? He said, 3 years ago, my friend, that client said, "My friend has a daughter with Down syndrome. 3 years ago, you met accidentally or bumped into them in a shopping center. The mother asked if you can take a photo with the daughter. And then you were obliging, very nicely took a photo with the daughter. And the mother of the daughter told the client about this experience. Harith was so nice. He spent some time talking to the daughter and he took a photo 3 years ago. This client remembered this story. Didn't happen to him. Remembered this story. And therefore, when I came across the table to work for the company, he decided I'm going to pay him double. Not because of how good I am, not because of how funny I am, but because of one small act of kindness which I did not do to get money. It was just a moment of, let's talk to this little girl 3 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, every day you come into contact with people, you meet people, you talk to people, you touch them in different ways, you affect them. You don't know who they speak to. Even if they don't purchase the product that you're talking about, they may say to someone who is looking to purchase something, they may say, "Hey, you know what? I didn't purchase from this person, but you should go and see this person. I feel they're very genuine, they're very authentic. Why don't you go and see that?" You don't know that. And I would suggest to you that if you practice and act this way every single day, you don't know the value that you can create for yourself, more importantly, for other people. So, break through stronger. I would also suggest make a difference and your breakthrough will be stronger. It will be. I'm just suggesting that. You know what? I had a whole bunch of slides to give you, but I got a feeling, I think you've seen enough slides today, right? Yeah? Okay. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll say this. How many of you, by a show of hands, how many of you actually think, yeah, I am big enough to make a difference, I can make a difference and I have a purpose in life? Be honest. If you don't put up your hand, don't put up your hand. How many of you can make a difference? Okay. Okay, great. I would say there's about 40% of the room. Nothing wrong. Let's be honest now. How many of you honestly feel I'm not powerful enough to make a difference? I'm not powerful enough to have a purpose. I really You know what? I may not be very good at this job at what I'm doing right now. Let's be honest, I'm not powerful enough. I'm here to learn how to be powerful, but I'm not powerful enough at the moment. Show of hands, be honest. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me tell you something. I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking to everyone who put up their hands. Each of you has a purpose. And let me finish off by telling you this one story. I had a brother, older brother. His name is Muhammad Johan Musa. My older brother was a lifelong drug addict. Lifelong. Since the age of 18. Started off with grass, went off into heroin. His whole life was about destroying the family. My mother and father tried to take care of him in and out of jail, into rehabilitation center, out rehabilitation center. And you would say to yourself, what a useless guy. Yes, actually, you're right. Useless. Stole from my parents almost every single day. But, you know what he would do with me? He would call me into the room and show me how he takes drugs. Yes, how he do heroin. He would show me. He would shoot up. He would chase the dragon. And each time he did that, before he went absolutely high, he would turn to me and he would say to me, Harith, you don't ever do this shit. If you do this, I will kill you. It has destroyed my life. I don't want it to destroy yours. So when my brother passed away 3 years ago in jail, I will tell this story. No matter how useless my brother was to everyone, my brother's purpose was to have me succeed. And I will say safely, it was because of him that I did not ever try drugs, and I didn't do drugs until this day. And that came from my useless brother. So I will say to you, sir, I will say to all of you who put up your hand, you don't know your purpose, and you don't know your value that you have. And I would suggest to you that if you started just, number one, making a difference to others, going out, just making a difference. Just go out and making a difference. Have you heard of the term, leave a place better than when you arrived? So for example, I don't know whether you can see here on the stage are all these confetti. Was there confetti before I arrived, before you arrived? No. When we finish, will there be confetti? Yes. Will the place be better? No. Someone's got to come in and clean it up to leave it better than when we arrived. I would suggest to you, ladies and gentlemen, every day, every moment, when you meet people, when you go out there, why not attempt to make their life better? Not your life, their life. Just with a greeting, with a smile, with a hello. And you never know who you will affect in that moment. Not every moment is going to come back to you and give you $1 million, million ringgit. No. But you never know. You know how these people say, oh, I don't have enough followers. I need 1 million followers. You don't need 1 million followers. You only need one person who believes, wow, this person made a difference to me. That's all you need. That one person can then open up multitude of doors for you. So ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I just want to say that, to be honest, I myself now, I do not, like I did before, I do not ignore insurance agents. I will ignore the ones that I feel don't have a purpose, but for those who make a difference, those who are good people. And you don't have to be an insurance agent to be a good person. You can be anything you want. Just be yourself. Not all of you are going to be insurance agents for the rest of your life, but while you are doing it, while you are here, while you are engaged, while you are employed, I would say to you, why not make the best of it? Why not make the best of it? Now, I'm just going to end off with this little story. Okay? And this is a story about Malaysia. By the way, are we all Malaysians in here? Malaysians say hey! Hey! I believe Malaysians are the best people in the world. Seriously, I do. I truly believe Malaysians. Because I've traveled everywhere. I come back, Malaysians are the best people in the world. Always helping each other. Have you ever seen a mud rumpit rider going down the highway, pushing another mud rumpit? Have you seen? Yeah, helping each other. You say to yourself, oh, the one in front don't have petrol, the one at the back, help him. No, petrol price went up. the one in front turn off engine, the one at the back push. Malaysians help each other. Malaysians are very helpful. And I would like to end this session with one story, which tells me about purpose, which appeals or which is aligned with all of us. During the pandemic, I started a small NGO. First, I started with my wife. That time she's my wife. We started small, we put our own money. Then more and more people started asking for help. We call our friends to give money. In 2021, early 2021, we got a call from Kelantan. 2,000 families needed groceries, rice, chicken, flour, sugar, etc. I called a few of my friends, 5 of my friends. They all put money. Then I said to them, come, why don't we go to Kelantan, buy all the product and distribute to all the people. My friends all came to me. We had a wonderful 2 days. Bought all the products, distributed to 2,000 families. After we finished, my friends, my 5 friends, actually 5 of them, all of them were Chinese. I said, I want to find a Chinese restaurant to have a nice Chinese dinner with them. Kelantan, pandemic, all the restaurants closed. Only one place open. This place was below trees. It was a shack. It was like literally holes in the poko, and there was a Chinese restaurant there. We went there, there's a Chinese guy, he take the order, he cook and he serves, working alone. While we were eating, I saw 5 children. This is the true story. 5 children. All my stories are true, by the way. This one is truer than more true. 5 children running around between the age of 9 and 11. 3 of them Malay, 2 Chinese. Kids running around the table, run. After we had our meal, I went to pay to the man. I spoke to him. In Kelantan, all the Chinese speak Malay. I said, Cik, ini anak siapa? Ini anak siapa? His answer to me was immediately, ini anak saya, these are my children. And I was like, yang lainnya? He told me the story. These 3 kids, during the pandemic, the family not enough to eat. So every day they come there, he would just cook for them, give them food. Every day, 3 times a day. Now after 5 weeks, the kids came every day, the kids play with his kids. He called them anak saya. He was not boasting. He didn't say, oh look at me, I'm a Chinese, I call them anak saya. He was not boasting. He was just, he said, the most wonderful thing to me, said, kita semua miskin, tapi saya ada lebih sikit, apa salah saya tolong. That's all. And I said to myself, this is the best Malaysian example of a Malaysian that I have met. His purpose was just to help, to tolong. And I leave you with this, ladies and gentlemen. If you can ingrain in yourself, your purpose is to bring value to others. Not sell. Your purpose is to bring value to others and help them, support them in having a better life. If you can act and live this way every single day, I guarantee you, the more you give, the more you get. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Breakthrough stronger. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Harith Iskandar, ladies and gentlemen.